Something is shifting in Walford, and it's not just another quiet week of drama. A major health battle, fractured families, and rising tensions are all colliding at once, and what happens next could change everything for the Fox-Trueman family and beyond. Denise Fox's return home is supposed to be a moment of relief. After undergoing chemotherapy for acute myeloid leukemia, she finally steps back into familiar surroundings. But it doesn't feel like home the way it used to. Things are different now, and so is she. Even simple routines carry emotional weight, and it quickly becomes clear that recovery is not just physical. It's about trying to fit back into a life that has already moved forward without her. And that's where the cracks start to show. The Fox-Trueman household is trying to hold itself together, but the pressure is everywhere. Everyone is walking on eggshells around Denise. Unsure of what to say, unsure of how much is too much. What should feel like a happy reunion slowly turns into a tense emotional balancing act. And just when it feels like things might settle, they don't. Because Chelsea Fox is dealing with her own storm. Her son Jordan is still suffering from a serious spinal injury after being hit by Ian Beale's car, and the emotional weight of it is crushing. Every decision, every conversation, seems tied back to that one devastating moment. But the truth is, this situation is far from simple, and not everyone is saying what they really think about what happened. And Ian Beale is far from out of trouble. He's preparing for a major plea hearing, and the pressure is building fast. Every move he makes is under scrutiny, and the consequences hanging over him are serious. But what's really interesting is how this legal battle is quietly pulling in more people from Walford than expected, and not everyone is on the same side. But while old tensions rise, new arrivals bring fresh complications. Vicky and Ross Marshall return from their honeymoon expecting a fresh start. Instead, they walk straight into unexpected setbacks. The timing couldn't be worse, and whatever they hope to leave behind doesn't seem ready to stay in the past. Their return adds another layer of instability to an already fragile situation. And just when it feels like things can't get more tangled, suspicions start creeping in. Mark begins questioning what's really going on around him, and Lauren finds herself pulled into situations she didn't fully expect. Small doubts grow into bigger concerns, and suddenly trust becomes something no one can fully rely on. In Walford, even the quietest conversations seem to hide something underneath. But behind all of this chaos, there's another real-world disruption affecting everything. The broadcast schedule for EastEnders is being shaken up due to major sporting coverage, with episodes shifting, additional airings added, and timing changes creating even more unpredictability for viewers following the story week by week. It's almost fitting because the storylines themselves feel just as unstable. In the middle of it all, Denise Fox, played by Diane Parrish, becomes the emotional center of a much larger storm that no one in Walford seems able to escape. Because this isn't just about one recovery, one injury, or one legal case. It's about everything colliding at the same time. And as the pressure builds across every family, one question hangs in the air: how long before something finally breaks? And in Walford, when things break, they rarely break quietly.